Hi, I'm Chris Wardlaw for CarGurus, here to talk about the redesigned 2016 Lincoln MKX. This is a mid-size 5-passenger luxury SUV, one designed to compete directly with the Lexus RX, the best-selling model in the segment and one of the best-selling luxury brand vehicles in America. Have you seen the new Lexus RX? That styling is like a gift-wrapped opportunity for Lincoln, and in my opinion, especially when equipped like my test vehicle, the Lincoln MKX is far better looking than the new Lexus RX. But is there any substance behind the Lincoln styling? Let's go for a drive and discuss. The MKX I'm driving today is a fully equipped version. It's got almost every single option and a sticker price of over $63,000. So what does that include? You get the reserve equipment group, you get the turbocharged 2.7 liter V6, you get all-wheel drive, you get a slew of infotainment and stereo and safety equipment upgrades, you get 22-way massaging, heated and ventilated front seats. I mean, you've got everything you can imagine inside this vehicle. Now, the paint color on the outside is called Luxe Metallic. It's kind of a combination of gray and brown and green, and I think it looks great, especially with the optional 21-inch wheels. Now, under the hood is a turbocharged 2.7 liter EcoBoost V6 engine. It's rated to make 335 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque. And the horsepower increase is not that significant compared to the base 3.7 liter V6 engine, but you're getting a lot more torque and you're getting it lower in the rev range, which makes this version of the MKX a lot more responsive, energetic, and fun to drive. Now, the EPA says you should get 19 miles per gallon with that powertrain and all-wheel drive, and I've averaged about 18.5 miles per gallon, so that's right within the margin of error as compared to the EPA ratings. Now, as far as acceleration is concerned, you want to make sure that you've got Lincoln Drive Control in sport mode, and this turbocharged V6 engine is quite responsive. It's easy to pass people, it's easy to accelerate up hills, use the paddle shifters for the 6-speed automatic, and you can actually have a little bit of fun on a twisty road. But still, I mean, this is not a sport crossover SUV, right? It's not going to be a competitor to a Mercedes AMG or a BMW M or anything like that. But it is remarkably engaging and entertaining for a Lincoln badged vehicle. Now, one option that I definitely recommend is these 22-way power adjustable seats. They're fantastic. They're heated, they're ventilated, they have a massage feature, and it does take a little bit of time to find the right mix of bolstering and thigh support and positioning, but once you do, boy, is this a comfortable vehicle. Plus, there's soft places everywhere for your elbows, and I really like the driving position. The steering wheel's wrapped in nice soft leather. It feels good to grip. It's really well done. Now, as far as rear seat space is concerned, this is a 5-passenger vehicle, so there's no third row seat. That means the second row seat is actually really roomy. There's plenty of room for feet and knees and legs, and the bottom cushion sits up nice and high for a good view out. You can get optional inflatable rear seat belts, a nice safety feature which adds some cushioning in the event of a collision. It's affordable, $250. My test car doesn't have it, which I actually don't mind because I've got kids and the buckles and straps on those inflatable seat belts tend to be kind of bulky and hard to use. The center console has a bin right here with a USB port and an auxiliary input jack. It's a great place to stick a phone and hide it from prying eyes. And then I've got a set of cup holders here and a rather small center console. It looks like there's not a lot of storage space in here, but underneath this section here, there are big trays. The problem is that you have to be a contortionist to reach anything. You either have to lean over and reach around the side like this, and you can't see in there, so you're hunting around for whatever might be in there. I don't get it. I seriously don't get it. This whole dashboard needs to be redesigned to be more useful and practical. I mean, it's stylish. This waterfall look, the push buttons for the transmission, everything looks cool, but it doesn't function very well. Now, even though the MKX is considered to be a mid-size crossover SUV, the cargo space isn't terribly impressive. Behind the rear seat, there is 37.2 cubic feet of space, which is decent. If you fold the rear seats down, you've only got 68.8 cubic feet, which is a little less than, say, a Honda CR-V. Now, my test vehicle has got a hands-free power tailgate on it. At least that's what the window sticker says. God help me, I can't figure out how to make it work. I looked on the website. You're supposed to wave your foot under the bumper, kind of like a Ford Escape, but I'm waving my foot back there like a madman and the gate's not opening. I don't know if there's some little setting in this information system that I don't have set right. I really don't know what the problem is, but it's not working for me. Now, one of the things Lincoln's bragging about with the new MKX is this vehicle was the first to get its new lineup of Revel or Revel, I don't know how to say it, spelled R-E-V-E-L, audio systems, premium audio systems. And the one that's in my test car is included in a luxury package that's bundled with adaptive LED headlights and costs $4,400. It's got 19 speakers arrayed around the cabin. It's supposed to replicate what it's like to be at a live concert. Now, maybe it's the kind of music that I listen to, or maybe it's the fact that I'm almost 50 and I can't hear very well anymore. But I'm not seeing like almost $4,000 worth of stereo equipment here. I don't think it sounds very good. It certainly isn't comparable to, say, the Bowers & Wilkins system in the Volvo XC90 or a Bang & Olufsen system that you'll get in an Audi. So I'll say this, Lincoln, good try, but it seems like maybe there's some work to do with regard to the stereo systems. Now, something that Lincoln does get exactly right is the safety equipment that's available for the MKX. When you get the reserve package, you get a blind spot information system with rear cross traffic alert, and I love it. It has saved me on more than one occasion in various vehicles that I've tested. If you get the affordably priced driver assistance package for, I think it's just over $1,600, you get the full slate of all the safety equipment that Lincoln offers for this vehicle. That includes a lane departure warning system with lane keep assist. It includes a forward collision warning system with automatic emergency braking. And one of the things that I really like about the way that Lincoln executes its safety systems is that you can program their sensitivity, whether they're on or off. And as a result, when they're in operation, depending on how you've got them programmed, nothing startles you. Like, one thing that makes me crazy about driving some General Motors vehicles is that the forward collision alert system will shine this big red light on the windshield and emit this really loud beeping sound. And it's almost like, oh, what's going on? But in the Lincoln, it's a lot more subtle, it's a lot more subdued, it gets your attention without smacking you in the side of the face with it. Now, as far as crash test ratings are concerned, the Lincoln MKX gets 5-star ratings across the board from the federal government, plus a 4-star rollover resistance rating. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety has not completed testing for this vehicle, and they can't just carry over the same ratings that the Ford Edge gets because it's got different sheet metal, I think it's got a different roof structure. I'm not entirely sure about that. But they didn't carry over the roof crush strength test. They didn't carry over the small offset. So it's possible that the Lincoln does better than the Edge, but the Edge did not qualify for a top safety pick award. So if the Lincoln doesn't ultimately do better than the Edge, it will not be a top safety pick. So what's the final verdict on the Lincoln MKX? Well, unfortunately, this luxury crossover comes across as less than the sum of its parts. Taken individually, from the robust new platform and powerful engine to the Lincoln exclusive design, features, and materials, the components used to create the MKX should produce a vehicle that looks and feels distinctive and different from the Ford Edge upon which it is based. One that's easily competitive with the new Lexus RX. The result, however, lacks the sense of luxury and refinement necessary to put the proper distance between the Lincoln and the Ford, let alone the segment leaders in terms of substance. This isn't an issue with the Lexus RX. Don't get me wrong, I like the Lincoln MKX, and it's one of the best looking luxury crossover SUVs you can buy, especially with those attractive 21-inch wheels. And when it's compared to a BMW X5 or a Mercedes-Benz GLE, it's a raging bargain. But until it benefits from greater refinement, greater attention to detail inside the cabin where people spend all of their time, I really can't recommend it as an alternative to the leaders in the segment. Be sure to check out my full review of the MKX on CarGurus.com. Feel free to offer comments below. And if you found this review helpful, please share it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For all of us here at CarGurus, thank you for watching. All right, little sport mode action. You filming? Here's what it's like to accelerate. Here, you ready? Mm-hmm. Here's what it's like to accelerate in sport mode. Whoa, there's cops right there.
Now we got our outtake shot.